Good evening. This is General Michael Matthews, also known as Ishmael Ibn Dawood of the Jewish faith. I'm here to let you know right now that everything I'm doing right now is to save lives. Ever since I've been the general in the United States military, I have protected all the inhabitants of Jericho and those on Long Island. There are enemies of mankind that don't want this to happen. I've made a declaration that I'm going into the city tomorrow, Monday, and I'm going to rescue one family, a husband, a wife, and three children from detention from ICE. Now, the reason why I'm doing that is to prove that there's no one willing to do that but me. And I will house them with me. I will house them and I will grant them asylum under the laws of the United States military because I am doing something that the enemies of mankind does not want to happen. It's ironic, but it's true. I have nothing against black people, but I believe that the Spanish people are the essence and key to our deliverance because they are our brothers and sisters. Now, what I will say is this, is that when this happens, okay, it's going to make news all over the world because I'm going to take them from the detention center. We're going to go to the UN building first. And if the UN doesn't accept me, which they should, I'm going to walk them to the Israeli consulate to grant asylum, and they will have to give us a ride back here to my dwelling, the command post, 38 Jericho Turnpike. Um, this is a pivotal point in history because they want the world to see that the Latino people are not worthy to be saved, and that's not true. That's a complete lie and falsehood. They want the Latino people to feel that no one wants to help them, which is a lie. I have given my life. I have put my life on the line, not for myself, but for others. Okay, and of course, they have slandered me to all sides to make it appear that I am an enemy of all people, which I'm not. I know for a fact that Mossad has been protecting me. I know for a fact that NATO has been protecting me. I know for a fact that South America has been protecting me. I know for a fact that every nation in the UN building has been protecting me. I am the most famous, recognizable face in the world. You may not see this reflected in the news or media because of the fake news. However, please understand this, that this is a pivotal time, okay? And I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it. According to Jeremiah 25, okay, and I'm going to tell you exactly where it is. And I don't want you to get scared. I don't want you to get hoodwinked or spooked out. And of course, this cannot be blocked, but this is the truth. According to the sacred text of this very precious book that I've had here, of this sacred scriptures, in the Jeremiah, it talks about the fact that Jeremiah chapter 25, verses 27, it says, And thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, Drink ye and be drunken, and spew and fall, and rise no more, because of the sword which I will send upon among you. And it shall be, if they refuse to take the cup at thy hand to drink, then shalt thou say unto them, You must accept this cup that I'm bringing to you. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Ye shall surely drink, for lo, I begin to bring evil on the city whereupon my name is called. And should ye be utterly unpunished, ye shall not be unpunished, for I will call for a sword upon all the inhabitants of the earth, saith the Lord of hosts. Therefore prophesy thou against them all these words, and say unto them, The Lord doth roar from on high, and utter his voice from his holy habitation. He doth mightily roar because of his foe. He giveth a shout as they that tread the grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth. Against all the inhabitants of the earth. A noise is come, even to the end of the earth. For the Lord hath a controversy with the nations. He does plead with all flesh. As for the wicked, he has given them to sword, saith the Lord. Now, I'm not going to read any further. Unfortunately, the Jewish people of Israel do not want to accept this. The book of Revelation is fraud because this has not been fulfilled. This scripture is about to be fulfilled. And it can only be fulfilled if I do not complete my purpose, is to save one one Spanish family from ICE or detainment. No one's being detained. Okay, there's a power upon the earth that must come back to the Lord. Now, whoever has desecrated that power has to accept these terms. They have no choice, whether you try to slaughter me or not. And slaughtering me is not going to save anything because the Lord Most High will not let this happen. Slaughtering me will commence an immediate sentence on the earth. And who would want to do that? Even the wicked of the land does not want to be wiped away from the land. I have no power, but this is coming out of the book, which means that in the book of Revelations, there are certain chapters that are not conducive to this prophecy, which has not been prophesied. The Lord has passed judgment upon every nation on the earth, even Israel itself. Now, I know, as being a Jew, what that sounds like and what that means. But even the Jewish people must acknowledge the fact that he is God and his word is bond. And I am not doing something that has not been done of old. Jeremiah said this. Therefore, this has not happened yet. And it's going to happen unless I save this one family. And I must save this family. I'm going to New York City Monday. I'm going to any detention center that ICE is holding a certain family. And they will release him and them to me. And doing so, if they refuse, then I will demand that they arrest me, General Michael Matthews of Jericho Command, because I am a general in the United States military, and I did defect. However, my defection did not end in despair because I defected at the UN building first. I was on UN soil, 3 inches from the gate, and I told them to arrest me, and they said, we can't. I walked upon the UN building with a bag over my shoulder, and they did not know what was in the bag. And I even told the security guards that you can look inside the bag. They said, no, we don't want to look in the bag. And then the head of security of the UN told 2 New York City police officers to arrest me. And they told him, no, we're not arresting him. And then he came back to me. And when he came back to me, he came back with he pulled out a sheet of paper. And that paper was World Progress Protocol from the UN. Every flag in the UN was on this paper. And I said to him, would you like my identification? And the head security guard says, yes. And once I gave it to him, that automatically put me in the umbrella of the UN building. I left there and went to the Israeli consulate. And I walked through the revolving doors. As soon as I walked through the doors with a bag over my shoulder, I was automatically on Israeli soil. Okay? So therefore, the defection is complete because by me walking, you cannot walk into a consulate in any place like that, just walk in without getting your head blown off. Especially they don't know who you are, and you walk in there looking like me with a bag over your shoulder. Anything could be in it. But I knew that they wouldn't take my life because they got a phone call from the UN that I was coming. And when I went inside there, they sent down the head of security, which was a part of the Mossad. And I spoke to the Mossad and told them that I was General Michael Matthews, Jericho Command, and that I was defecting, and I wanted asylum for myself, and my wife, and my mother. And they told me, in essence, that I would have to come back and get an appointment. And I told them, I said, well, I'm not coming back. I want you to arrest me now. They said, no, we can't arrest you. We have no place for you. We all know that's not true. We all know that if you step on foreign soil you are to be executed immediately as an enemy without proper identification. Okay, but they did not kill me. I'm here to let you know that I'm here to save lives, just like I did here in Jericho. The United States military abandoned me when I needed them the most. And now I'm in a position of still a general, but I have many things to offer the entire world. So I believe that every nation in the world knows that I was there. This is the most recognized face in the UN because the UN is the most watched building in the world. And not only that, my friends, the UN is a place where the world is watching. So it was not printed on the news. It was not in the newspaper. I operated under the proper protocols of not surrender, but I came in peace, and I came with a white flag on my right hand and a red one on my left shoulder, and I had the blue emblem of Israel on my right arm, bicep. What the white flag represented that I came in peace. What the red flag represented, I came under the peace accords of the Red Cross. And the blue symbolizes the house of Israel, or the nation of Israel. As soon as I walked inside the Israeli consulate, I was on foreign soil. And they did not arrest me or kill me. They told me to come back, and I shall be back with a family of 5 from one of the detention centers of ICE. And we will seek asylum, and of course, they will have to provide transportation to bring me back here. May God bless you all. Thank you.